make the other guys beat him, beat Nebraska.
Take a look at the starting lineups here for tonight's game between the Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Southern Jaguars. Cam Mack alongside Deshaun Burke, Hanif Cheatham, Gervais Green, then the big man Ivan Drago. Taking a look at Southern, we've seen Shivers. We talked about him a little bit. Jaden Sadler on the floor alongside Bradford Williams and Kuljovic. Mouthful right there for me.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't have tried.
We are in for a good one here tonight. Nebraska played pretty well against South Dakota State, coming out with their first win on the season.
That they did. Very much needed win.
We are getting ready for tip here in Pinnacle Bank Arena. Gervais Green out there on the floor alongside Deshaun Burke. Packed house tonight at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Getting ready for tip, Ivan Drago is going to go up against Darius Williams. And we are ready for basketball. Both guys lining up. The young freshman, Ivan Drago, will lose the tip, and Southern will have the basketball to start things off. Sadler back outside. Nice look. Kuljovic. Turnaround, James up and in.
Nice high-low look. Southern's a big team.
Gervais Green with the basketball here, top of the key. Looking around, that ball's tipped away. Sadler playing nice defense as Gervais Green puts up a three-pointer, and it's up and in. Bradford, top of the key. Hands it off to Williams. Williams over to Sadler, back to the corner. Here's a three-pointer, trying to answer back, and he missed that one off the side of the backboard, no good. Cheatham off the screen, dribbles to his left.
Cheatham has a mismatch here. Let's see what he does with it.
He'll pull up for three. That is up and no good. Off the back of the rim.
Typically when you get a big man on you and you're a guard, you want to attack the rim. Try and just get the defense to collapse, but Cheatham settled for the three ball right there.
Shivers with the pump fake. He'll drive back outside. Sadler with a look, decided to pass it up. And there's a wide open mid-range shot, and that's up and in for number 12, Darius Williams.
Darius Williams, one of the many transfers that this Southern team has from Cal Bakersfield.
Gervais Green, another three-pointer, is up and in. He's feeling it early on, and the Huskers lead 6-4.
Looks like defensively the Huskers are switching everything.
Shivers, top of the key. Mack is on him.
Looking for that high-low look.
Kuljovic. No good. Deshaun Burke dribbles to his right here on the drive, and it's blocked, but a foul is called. We'll go on Kuljovic. That's his first foul, and Deshaun Burke will go to the line for two.
I was going to say, Dustin, if he didn't call that, they're going to be letting him play. That was a clear foul.
Deshaun Burke heading to the line for the Huskers for the first time tonight. They lead 6-4. Gervais Green has hit 2 threes already as the first free throw is no good.
Free throws for the Huskers again. We've stated this numerous times on our last cast that they have to be a better free throw shooting team.
And just like that, Burke goes 0 for 2. Here's Shivers with the basketball off the screen from Williams. Got a mismatch here on Drago. And here's a pull-up jumper from mid-range, and that's up and in. Mika Bradford with the shot. Ties things up at 6 apiece.
And that's what Mika Bradford does, Dustin. He has shot more threes than twos on the year.
Here's Gervais Green on the drive. Reverse layups up, no good. Rebound goes to Williams. The Jaguars with tempo. Corner three-pointer for Sadler's up, and he missed all of that one. Goes out of bounds and will stay with the Jaguars. A couple threes early on that Jaden Sadler's missed just about all of it.
Bad miss right there, Dustin.
Here's a corner three off the inbounds play. It's no good, and the rebound goes to Wade Drago. Mack top of the key. He'll now drive on Kuljovic, and the shot is no good. Here come the Jaguars. Nice block. And they're going to say Gervais Green stepped out of bounds, so we'll stay with the Jaguars. Take a look at this block again. Looks like Deshaun Berg got a piece of that one.
Great job not fouling right there with both of those guys.
Bradford top of the key, throwing up an alley-oop. That was almost a big-time play for the Jaguars as the ball goes out of bounds and will stay with the Jaguars, and the Husker fans are not happy with that call.
Was he the inbounder right there, Dustin? I feel like he came out of nowhere. I wasn't sure if he was the inbounder or not, but they lost sight of him.
Shevers' pullback jumper is up and no good. Nice defense there from Cheatham. Here's Burke driving, trying to go coast to coast. It's no good. Offensive rebound away. Drago. Ball is tipped around. The Jaguars come down with the basketball. Shivers to the corner. Williams thought about pulling up. He has a mismatch here on Cam Mack. And his first shot attempt was no good, but he gets the offensive rebound and puts it in for two. Mack the other way. And we have a foul called. 15:54 to go. Here in the opening half, the Jaguars out to an 8-6 lead over the Nebraska Cornhuskers. We'll be right
in the early rounds, and they advanced, and then he's a part of history.
That's
now
awesome.
with Christian Laettner and the shot. So
that is awesome. Cheatham with the basketball, swings it back outside. Deshaun Burke. Back to Cheatham, loses control of the basketball there for a second, able to retain it.
And usually the Huskers are really good coming out of timeouts, Dustin, with the play, but looks like Burke still got two. So
Sean Burke with the floater ties this thing up at 8 apiece. Williams to Shivers. Shivers back.
Huskers are still switching everything. Let's see if they switch right here with the big. Nope, just a hard hedge.
Double team from Nebraska. Williams with the basketball, 7 on the shot clock as he gets this one stripped away, able to get the ball back. Sadler will pull up from mid-range, and that shot will fall for two.
That's a tough defensive possession right there. I feel like Burke had a few times to get a steal and gambled. But then once you don't get the steal, you can't continue to gamble because then everybody's out of position and you're in a scramble situation. So once he didn't get it, he should have just got back and stayed sound.
Deshaun Burke with that three-pointer from the corner. And the score is tied up here at 10 apiece. 11-10 in favor of the Cornhuskers. 14:40 to go here in the first half. Williams to Bradford. He'll now dribble to his left off the screen, trying to kick it back outside to Shivers, nearly stripped away. Nice job by Sadler to get that basketball back for the Jaguars. Here's a deep three-pointer from way outside. It's up no good. And the rebound goes to Gervais Green. Gervais Green, nice feed down low. Ivan Wade Drago puts it in.
Huskers picking up the tempo, specifically in transition. They're starting to push it.
Sadler top of the key. Getting the offense set up here for the Jaguars. Here's Shivers off the screen. Three-pointer is up, no good. Offensive rebound. Shivers now has the top of the key. 10 seconds to go here on the shot clock. He'll dribble to his right. And a travel called. Kevin Cross checking in for the first time. Talked about him in the pregame that he was going to be one of the key players for the Huskers tonight. Has done a fantastic job off the bench so far.
He has, Dustin, and I think he's really gaining confidence. And it's one thing you need when you're playing this game is confidence. And when the ball's going in, that's when you gain it. So if he can continue to do that, the sky is the limit for Kevin Cross.
Skylar Baggs checking in for Southern. And then Matai Kavis coming in for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Here's Green, top of the key. Three-pointer on the way. It's up no good. And the rebound goes to Baggs.
Kind of a lightweight heat check for Gervais Green right there.
Williams on the baseline, backing in on Green, back outside. Sadler to the corner. And Baggs will get it to fall. Mack with the basketball. Dribbles to his left. Nice feed down low to Green on the baseline. Kicks it back outside. Here's Green again. Spin move, kicks it back outside. Matai Kavis will put up a three-pointer. It's no good. And the rebound goes to Shivers.
I know the Huskers really want Matai Kavis to really get going. Hasn't really shot it well, but he is one of the best shooters in the nation. So once he gets it going, it will certainly help the Huskers down the road. But he just got to see the ball go in, Dustin.
Thorir Thorn-Yarnison, the only returning Husker player with minutes last season, checks into the game.
The glue guy.
Had a nice game against Southern Utah the last time we called a basketball game together. Here's Mack on the drive. Nice move.
Dustin, he's so shifty with his hips.
Cam Mack, maybe one of the fastest point guards in the country. Puts the Huskers up 3. Sadler in the corner. Matai Kavis guarding him. Mismatch. Kicks it back outside to Shivers. Baggs with a bounce pass, almost stripped away. And the ball rolls around the floor. Cam Mack comes down with it, but stripped away. Let's see who's going to come up with his basketball. Crazy turn of events right there as Mika Bradford steps out of bounds. 15-12, 11:35 to go in the opening half. Nebraska leads Southern. We'll be right back here on BTN Student U. Husker fans back on their feet here at Pinnacle Bank Arena as we are ready to resume action. Thorn-Yarnison will inbound this one to Samari Curtis. Sadler picks him up at half court.
Samari Curtis is another player that the Huskers really need to get going shooting the ball well. He's got a great stroke, but again, he just hasn't been able to see it go in yet, just like Matai Kavis.
Thorn-Yarnison, nice pass to the corner. Cheatham pump fakes, now drives baseline, and the layup is up and good.
Great extra pass right there. In the basketball world, we like to call it the one more. Great one more pass.
Sadler, top of the key. Blake into the game for Southern for the first time tonight. Sadler outside, three-pointer on the way. It's up and no good. Southern continues to struggle from deep to begin the ball game. Cheatham hands it off. Curtis, a deep three-pointer's good.
That's big time for Samari Curtis.
And another three-pointer on the other end. That's up no good. Darius Williams with a nice effort to keep the possession alive for the Jaguars. LaMarcus Lee into the game here for Southern as well. Here's Sadler on the drive. Swings it back out, but it's stolen away. Here's Cheatham. A one-on-one with Sadler as he goes to the rim. No foul called. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Cheatham's got to give that ball up right there, Dustin. It's a 2-on-1 break, and more than likely you might have gotten it back. But just a quick pitch to Kavas may have gotten two right there.
Baggs on the foul. That is his first. Samari Curtis got the calls. He's driving to the basket.
And that's another thing that Samari Curtis can do well. Very crafty. Does a good job getting downhill and getting his shoulder square. And then when he does go and finish, he's one of those guys that can finish with contact.
Kuljovic will check back in here for Southern, along with number 2, Damari Burns.
Kevin Cross is going to really have to be physical with Emil.
Curtis top of the key with the basketball. He's got a mismatch. Thought about pulling up for 3 there. Hands it off. Thornjarson going to the rim, but the shot is no good.
Again, Samari Curtis should have taken advantage of that mismatch. Maybe retreated and then just went downhill and attacked the big man, get the defense to collapse, and then some passing lanes open up.
Kevin Cross, top of the key, hands it off. Samari Curtis. And the big man, Kevin Cross, pulling up from deep. Shot is up, no good. Rebound, it goes to LaMarcus Lee.
A lot of settling for the Huskers right now.
And a nice block from Kevin Cross. Offensive rebound is no good as well. Kuljovic can't get that one to fall. The ball keeps going off the rim. Finally coming down with the basketball is Thornjarson.
They got lucky right there, Dustin. Everybody has to crash. You have to gang rebound, especially on defense. And as you can see, the Huskers got lucky. They had 3 shot attempts right there, Southern did.
Deshaun Burke with the drive. Floater is up, no good. And the rebound goes to Kuljovic. Burns to the corner. Lee with a pump fake. Now swings it out to the big man, Kuljovic, for 3.
And he can shoot that. They have to make him put it on the floor. If he catches on the perimeter, you cannot let him get a look at the basket or he's going to make that. You want him to put it on the floor. He's not a perimeter guy that can go by you.
Just like you said before, Matai Kavas needed to start shooting the basketball. There he gets a good look and puts it in.
That's really good for Kavas and Curtis to see the ball go in the hoop.
That's the thing early on. It seems like Kavas has had a lot of good opportunities, but he's just passed them up.
Yeah, I think maybe sometimes he just feels like he's not going to be able to get his shot off, but you just have to let it fly.
That ball nearly stolen away. Curtis gets it back. Here's Kavas, another 3-pointer that's up and no good. Marcus Lee the other way. And a block, big-time block from Deshaun Burke as he sends that one into the seats. 7:27 to go here in the first half. Take a look at this one again.
Great timing by Burke. The only thing that Burke could do better right there, instead of blocking it out of bounds, keep the ball in. And they also got JUCO transfers, one from Dade County, one from San Jack, which I actually coached against both of those while I was coaching JUCO. So solid transfers all the way across the board.
Top of the key with the basketball is Mika Bradford. Sean Burke guarding him closely. Burns, baseline, jumper is up and good.
Burns with the mid-range. He actually had 33 points last game, Dustin, so you know he can fill it up. The Huskers have to do a good job of keeping a hand in his face.
Big-time shooter off the bench is Jermaine Green from the pass. Cam Mack, what a feed there. Like you said before, Cam Mack is has one of the best vision
in the country.
Yeah.
And again, that was a Coach Hoiberg ATO play. So
shot is no good there from the Jaguars. Cam Mack coming the other way. Driving and trying to feed it to the baseline to Kavas, but the ball is tipped out of bounds, and we'll stay with the Huskers. Take a look at this alley-oop dunk again here from Gervais Green. What a feed from Cam Mack.
Great look by Cam Mack. Even better finish by Gervais Green.
Here's Wade Drago going to the rim on Damari Burns, and there's a foul called. He will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Now, Dustin, you see, watch Ivan. You see how he kind of leans back before going up? Like he's expecting the contact, so he's shying away from it. But with a body like his, he needs to go straight up and actually bring the contact to the defender and go right through his chin, right through his chest.
Wade Drago's first free throw is good.
And I know that's something that Udrago is working on. Again, he's only 17, Dustin, so he still has a lot to learn.
And the second free throw from Wade Drago is good. Gets the friendly roll off the rim.
Funny thing, Wade Drago is actually one of the better free throw shooters on the Huskers team. It's usually not like that with the bigs. Usually the guards are the best, but.
Sadler's pass goes out of bounds, and we'll stay with the Jaguars. Nice defense there from Deshaun Burke.
Defensive intensity picking up a little bit for the Huskers.
Deshaun Burke leading the conference in steals per game this season. Bradford on the free throw line, kicks it back outside. Sadler will now drive, puts a shot up over Matai Kavas. It's no good. Offensive rebound. And then a shot clock violation. Nebraska basketball after the shot clock violation, and some good defense from the Huskers.
Yeah, if Nebraska, as you can see, Dustin, Southern is trying to get to the paint. All right. I would love to know how many paint touches they have so far. But they're not looking to shoot a whole bunch of threes, Dustin. I think they average about 6 threes a game. So if the Huskers could just pack it in.
What a three-pointer there.
He just got a flopping call, Dustin.
Oh, no way.
Wow.
I don't know about that one. We might have to see that on the replay again here.
Let's see.
Take a look at this shot. Kavas. I don't know. That's tough.
It really is, Dustin, because obviously you're supposed to be able to let the player land. If that's the rule, let the player land. Kavas hadn't landed yet. And watch his right leg. It gets clipped right there at the very end, and he hasn't landed yet. And I kind of feel like with this new rule, with this new flopping call rule, some of these referees are kind of seeking it out a little too much. I think we've seen one each of our games.
Yeah, we have actually.
Yeah.
We have actually. It's a player for Southern Utah in our last game that got called for flopping.
Mm-hmm.
So the technical free throw is good. Makes the score 30-20. Sadler kicks it to the corner. Three-pointer on the way. It's up no good. Cheatham coming down with the rebound.
Better job packing it in by the Huskers defense right there.
Mack on the drive. Kavas, three-pointer is up and good. Kavas is on fire from three early on.
And this is exactly what the Huskers need. If he's able to see the ball go in and gain a little bit of confidence, this team becomes even better.
Rollins back outside. Three-pointer. Mika Bradford answers right back for three. It's back to a 10-point game.
That's what Mika does. He loves to catch and shoot three.
Mack to his left. Has the mismatch. Feeding it down low to Wade Drago. This is a big mismatch down low. Wade Drago putting the shot up. It's no good, but he will go to the line for two.
It's a great up and under move by Wade Drago. We get the replay right here. Step through, but again, you see how he leans just or gets bumped off his line to the rim. If he can just start to go straight through these guys' chin, straight through these guys' chests, he'll get these and ones.
First free throw is no good for Wade Drago. Darius Williams coming back into the game for Southern along with Shivers. Wade Drago 4 points tonight. 1 for 2 from the field, then he hit 2 free throws early on.
Cam Mack out there directing matchups. Again, that goes back to the leadership. He wasn't doing that before. Now he's starting to. Great pressure by Gervais Green.
Nice defense from the Huskers. Shivers with the basketball. Cheatham guarding him.
High-low.
Burns. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line is no good, but a foul is called.
So Southern typically is going to look for post on the block, and then somebody's going to flash to the free throw line or the elbow area on these high lows. And it's something that Southern Utah actually did the same thing. And when you have these guys that are 6'10", 6'9", it's something that you try and take advantage, especially against a team like the Huskers who are undersized.
First free throw is good for Burns. Damari Burns, 5 points on 2 of 5 shooting.
Yeah, you never want to foul a shooter in the act of shooting, especially in a tough 2.
And the second free throw is up and in. 2 for 2 on the free throws. Makes this a 9-point game with 4:15 to go in the first half. Cavas feeding it. Cheatham to the rim. It's no good, and a late foul call. Cheatham will go to the line for 2 free throws. Nice drive to the rim there for Cheatham. Draws the contact.
Nice misdirection Euro step move by Cheatham right there.
Averaging 7 points a game. Nice percentage from the field.
And I think that's going to increase, Dustin. You know, he's finally starting to settle in a little bit and know his role. And I think that should increase as the year goes on. I look for him to average double digits by midseason. Maybe even coming back from the Cayman. So.
And the second free throw is good. So 1 for 2 on the free throws.
That's what he's got to start to do, Dustin, start hitting his free throws.
Seems like everyone on this team has got to start hitting free throws.
Exactly.
Shooting just 50% from the free throw line tonight. Bradford hands it off to Rollins. Rollins back to Shivers.
As you can see, the Huskers packing it in. They're not going to guard you out there.
Shivers driving, feeds it back outside. Bradford wide open, 3-point look. And he hits it from downtown.
He is the one guy, Dustin, that they do need to close out on. He's the one. But other than that, they want everybody else. They'll live with everybody else taking a 3.
Gervais Green on the drive, gets it stripped away. Here's Rollins. Hands it off. Bradford's layup is good.
See right there, Dustin, Cam Mack's got to take a charge. That's a toughness play. Take a charge.
And Wade Drago loses control of the basketball, able to get it back. Williams guarding him. We have a foul called.
That possession right there did not make any sense. For one, Gervais Green got the ball in transition and then made a cross-court pass for some reason when he could have just pushed.
35-30, the Huskers leading Southern with 3:11 to go in the first half. We'll be right back. Go here in the first half as we take a look at Hanif Cheatham. So far on the day, not too bad. Wade Drago back to the line here for the Huskers.
And you're going to see Wade Drago at the line a lot throughout the entire year. Again, free throws are going to be very important for the Huskers all year.
Williams on the drive, swings it back outside. Rollins with the basketball, trying to find Williams on the baseline, but the ball gets tipped away and goes out of bounds. Deshaun Burke was the player who tipped that away, and like I said a little bit ago, leading the conference in steals.
He's just so active, Dustin, and that's one thing that the coaching staff loves about Deshaun Burke is that his energy on defense is unbelievable, and when you play that hard on defense, it makes your teammates want to and have to match it.
Bradford on the drive. On to Sean Burke. Shot is up. No good. Foul called. That will go on to Sean Burke. Mika Bradford has 11 points here in the first half. 2 for 4 from deep as he'll go to the line here for 2 free throws. And the first free throw is good. Checking into the game is Samari Curtis. And LaMarcus Lee will come into the game for the Jaguars.
Huskers not in any type of foul trouble, so they can be aggressive on the defensive end. You just don't want to foul anybody when they're shooting. But I would look for them to be super aggressive these last 3 minutes defensively in the half court.
Mack working on Williams. Nice feed down low. Hanif Cheatham. Reverse layup is no good. Rebound goes to Williams as he gets it nearly stripped away. Somehow still has the basketball. That's going to be a turnover on the Jaguars.
Again, that's wanting it more. Like when that ball gets on the floor, Dustin, you have to get on the floor. You have to. You have to throw your body. And usually the first guy to the floor wins. You need those 50-50 balls. If you want to win ball games, you have to have 50-50 balls.
Cam Mack, top of the key. Dribbles to his left off the screen from Kevin Cross. Mack working on Williams, driving to the lane. It's up no good.
Hard to finish it when you're 6'2" and you got a 6'9" guy guarding you.
Lee back outside. Shivers with a pump fake looking to the corner. Mika Bradford pump fakes. Shivers, three-pointers, good. And this game is tied up with 1:50 to go here in the first half.
And Shivers starting to come alive at the end of this half right here. He was our main guy that we said keep an eye on. And I felt early on he was just trying to get his teammates going, Dustin.
Now, you're definitely right. That is what it seemed like, as he is starting to heat up from the field. Foul is called. Kevin Cross will go to the line here for the Huskers. Kevin Cross, talked about him in the pregame. Haven't seen a lot of him in the first half.
It's been very quiet, very quiet.
First free throw is no good.
And this right here is where you got to get going. Like, if I'm Kevin Cross, I'm really taking my time at the free throw line, taking a deep breath so I can see the ball go in, and then next time down, I might be putting up a three.
What do you think is the problem for the Huskers at the free throw line? Are they just not taking enough time, settling in and taking, that amount of time that they have to shoot the free throw? Or
I think that's some of it. I think the other thing is that you got to get in the gym. You have to work on free throws. It seems like something that's so, easy to do.
Has a three-point shot. It's no good. Shante Shivers will go to the line here for 3 shots after the foul call. Take a look at this one again.
Let's see. Now, I didn't see anything right there, Dustin. But a few possessions back, you had the flop call on Mate, which there was more contact on that from the defender than this last foul. So, little inconsistency from the referees. But like I was saying, it's concentration, but it's also, they're free throws, and you think that they're easy. You think if you shoot well, Dustin, that you're just going to be able to make them. But it doesn't work like that. You have to work on every aspect, every part of your game. And so you have to work on free throws.
2-point lead here for the Jaguars, their first lead since they made the first basket of the game, as that lead is now out to 3. Huskers had a double-digit lead midway through the first half.
Here comes the press. Here comes the press. Thought Southern might start off in the press, but they didn't. Now that they're in the game with 1 minute left in the half, why not?
Here's Curtis driving on Shivers and a foul called. That will go on Shivers. That is Southern's 9th foul of the half. Not a lot of turnovers in the first half. Nebraska's only turned the ball over twice. Southern has turned it over 6 times, but the rebounds. Southern winning that battle 29-12.
Wow. Wow. And coming into the game, Southern averaged 22 turnovers per game. And that's because they press primarily, which they didn't do to start this game. But now that they're ahead, I would look for them to start to do it more.
Bradford with the basketball. Back outside the lead. Bradford on the drive. Loses the handle. 12 on the shot clock. Here's Shivers. Working on Cheatham.
Stay tight, Nebraska. Stay tight.
Shivers. Turnaround jumpers up. No good. Rebound goes to Cross. And the shot clock is turned off here. Let's see what Nebraska does. Cam Mack finishes at the rim, and then Nebraska has taken a 1-point lead.
A very much needed bucket going into the half right there.
Timeout on the floor. Southern has worked.
They still have 2 to get, well, 1 to give now. And they'll probably run about 4 seconds off the clock and then foul again.
And a foul called on Gervais Green.
Now, I don't think that one was on purpose right there. But Gervais just got to be smarter.
Mika Bradford came off the screen, picked up the foul. 4.9 seconds to go. Shivers will inbound this one to Bradford. Down to 3. And a travel called. So all that for naught as Southern turns the ball over with 3 seconds to go. Floor.
Probably do an exchange up here in the front court. Just a quick X between Samari and Kevin.
They will inbound this one to Mack. And a foul call that'll go on LaMarcus Lee.
That's a silly foul. And if you can see the Southern's coach, he is not happy about that. You've got 3 seconds on the clock. The other team's in the 1-and-1, and you foul the dude 80 feet from the basket.
Cam Mack will go to the line here. 4 points in the first half so far. Make that 5 after the free throw shot. And the second free throw coming up here for Mack. And it is no good. 1 for 2 on the free throws as the full court shot is up and no good. 40-30.
If you were going to tell me that they would be double out-rebounding the Huskers right now, I wouldn't believe you in the first half. But, again, it's something that we've harped on before with the Huskers. They have to do a better job of rebounding the basketball and being physical.
Cam Mack, point guard for the Huskers, 5 points in the first half. Here's Gervais Green with the basketball. Had a nice shot to feed it down low to Wade Drago. They swing it back outside. Mack with the basketball. Dribbling off the screen. He goes to the rim on Williams, and the shot is no good. Rebound goes to the Jaguars.
It's a solid drive by Cam Mack right there. Just got to finish it. The intensity of the Huskers has to pick up. Southern has won the intensity and energy war. They won that the first half. And if the Huskers don't pick it up, it's going to be a long half for them.
Shivers trying to feed to the baseline to Williams, and he stepped out of bounds. Turnover for the Jaguars. Huskers will take possession of the basketball. Second chance points tonight. Southern has 6 of them so far. Nebraska does not have a second chance point tonight.
That's because Nebraska hasn't gotten any of those 50-50 balls.
Mack has a mismatch here. Swing it outside to Gervais Green. Back to Mack. Hill now driving. That's an easy one-on-one for Cam Mack.
And that's exactly what we were talking about in the first half, Dustin. When you have a big guy on you on the switch, you have to attack him, get him downhill. And Kaluhovic, I hope I'm not murdering it. Forgive me, Emil, but he's a great big skilled big man, but he's got slow feet. So if you're a guard, you have to attack him if you catch him on the perimeter.
Mika Bradford with another three-pointer as that'll be a turnover for the Huskers. Gervais Green tried to find Cheatham in the corner. It will be a turnover for the Huskers. Jaguars will take over down 1. Mika Bradford again, though, coming out of the second half strong so far. Huskers have struggled closing him out from 3. Here's Sadler on the drive, working on Burke, and the floater will fall for 2.
And right there, Gervais Green has to be pulled in more, suck in, and be tight on the defense. That's way too big of a driving lane.
Burke working on Shivers, swings it outside. Gervais Green missed all of that three-pointer. Rebound goes to Bradford. Here come the Jaguars. Sadler fouled as he gets to the rim and will go to the line for 2.
And right now, Southern is winning the energy war. They're winning the energy and intensity war.
Foul will go on Cam Mack. Sadler to the line here for 2 free throws. He has 4 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Jaguars just 15 of 40 from the field. And he's now 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Nebraska trailing by 1. And Cam Mack was a player who picked up the foul for the Huskers as the second free throw is good. 1 for 2 on the free throws makes this a 2-point game. A little full court pressure here from the Jaguars.
Just a little token pressure right there. Just want to slow the Huskers up in transition.
Burke working on Williams down low. Lost the handle, but a foul is called. And he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Take a look at the foul here again.
Again, Deshaun Burke got the big man on him. Attack downhill, get to the rim, have the defense collapse.
Deshaun Burke 5 points. 0 for 3 now from the free throw line as the Huskers continue to struggle.
That puts them at 7 for 16 from the line for the game, Dustin. And bottom line is you're just not going to win games when you're missing that many free throws.
And another missed free throw, offensive rebounds. Well, it looked like Deshaun Burke was going to come up with a basketball. Shivers is hurt on the play. Sadler stepped out of bounds. Shivers seems to be shaken up as he fell to the floor to get the basketball.
Opportunities. If you look at the field goals on the game, you've got Southern with 40, and you've got Nebraska with 30. So they're getting more attempts at the rim.
Mack with the basketball. Nice crossover as he goes to the rim on Lee, but Lee strips it away. Here's Bradford, a one-on-one with Gervais Green, and the shot is up and will fall.
So what, Micah Bradford is having a really good game.
18 points, 6 of 9 from the field. Here's Mack, top of the key. Pass it to Cheatham. Cheatham swinging it across to the corner. Burke pulling up for 3, and he got it to fall. Deshaun Burke for 3. Huskers back within 1.
Much needed bucket for the Huskers right there. And again, Southern's just spreading the Huskers out. They're going to try and drive you.
Williams, baseline. Back outside to Sadler. Nearly stripped away. Gervais Green comes down with the basketball, but he was out of bounds, so it will remain Southern basketball with 7 on the shot clock.
I know Coach Hoiberg's probably happy to see his guys finally getting on the floor this half. That's 2 times in a row now that there's been a 50-50 loose ball, and they've had one of their guys on the floor, and that's what it's going to take. I mean, you're in a dogfight now, Dustin. 45-46. You've let Southern stick around, and they're just gaining confidence with each shot.
Mika Bradford for 3, and again, this guy is on fire from deep. Another 3-pointer. Make that 21 points on the night for Bradford. 4 of 6 from deep.
And he is definitely on heat watch.
Here's Burke on the drive. Foul called, and the shot will not fall, so he will go to the line for 2. A nice job by Deshaun Burke to drive into the lane, pick up the foul. That foul will go on Bradford. Take a look at this one again.
Got him right there on the bump.
Well, let's see if Deshaun Burke can hit his first free throw of the night. 0 for 4. And he does get it to fall.
Big sigh of relief from all the Husker fans.
Burke, 9 points on 3 of 5 shooting from the field. Here's the second free throw, and it's no good. 1 for 2 on the free throws.
And you see right there, Dustin, like that was kind of a rushed free throw. He really didn't take his time once he got done with his routine.
Burke guarding Bradford tightly. He will now drive, kicks it back. Lee puts up a shot, and it will fall. Overweight Drago for 2.
Just a tough defensive possession for the Huskers right there. You guard the ball so well, but then the slightest out of position defensive play can cause a whole breakdown.
15:41 to go here in the first half. Southern
out of play. He's been at this level. I mean, Valpo's it's a mid-major school, but I mean they play a lot of high majors and they play at a high major level. So he's just somebody that's settling in. And if you look at some of his stats from previous 3 years, he's no slouch. So
Cam Mack setting things up here for the Huskers. Bags guarding him as he gets the layup to fall. Mack now with 7 points.
It looks like the Huskers have gone to the 2-3 zone. See if this will disrupt Southern's flow a little bit.
Here's Sadler. Off the screen from Williams.
Really Micah Bradford's flow, Dustin.
He's been just about it here in the second half so far. Here's LaMarcus Lee for 3 as he hits one from the corner. Nebraska struggling to close out from 3 as Mack loses the handle, goes out of bounds, and it will be Southern's ball with 14:52 to go in the ball game. Ashante Shivers will check back into the game. He was shaken up when he fell to the floor a little bit ago. Nice to see him check back in.
Yeah, it's good to see that he's able to get back in there. You're always kind of worried when you get a hit to the head. So
Bradford will bring this one across half court. Jaguars looking to add on to this lead. Bradford over to Lee. Lee looking around, maybe looking at the high post where Shivers was at.
So even though Nebraska's in this zone, you still want to stay compact a little bit. Like, see, right there, it's a tough call, but you still kind of want to stay compact. You're in the zone, and you know that they don't have a whole bunch of three-point shooters. Like I said earlier in the first half, they only average about 6 made threes per game. So if I'm Cam Mack, I'm not running out there. I'm daring them to shoot it almost. Unless, of course, it's Bradford.
That'd be good reason to not let him shoot from outside. He has just been lights out.
Yes, he has.
Here is Bradford with the basketball. Gervais Green guarding him as he looks for the screen. Dribbles to his right. Nice between the legs dribble as he gets the floater to fall.
Dustin, he is in his bag now. It is official. He is in his bag.
Hard to get a shooter out of that once they're on fire, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Burke off the screen from Wade Drago. He'll pull up for 3. They need it. It's up no good. Coming down with the basketball is Gervais Green as he drives, puts a layup up. It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
Great finish with contact by Gervais Green, and that's something that he can do consistently because of his body. Look at that.
And you said earlier with Wade Drago in the first half where it looked like he shied away from the contact. Gervais Green on this one forces the contact, gets the basket to fall.
Exactly right, Dustin. If Ivan Ouedraogo can understand to bring it to the defender instead of shying away from him, he can get those and ones just like Gervais Green did.
And one free throw is good, and the lead is cut down to 5. Everybody on their feet here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Bradford, top of the key. Nebraska in the 2-3 zone.
Again, stay compact, Nebraska.
Here's Lee, a three-pointer. It's up, no good. And that ball will be tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Williams, Nebraska basketball.
I cannot emphasize anymore how important it is to grab the ball with two hands on a rebound, Dustin. You have to get the ball with two hands.
Corner, Gervais Green. Working on Bags, driving baseline. Gervais Green, no good.
Got to get back in transition, the Huskers do. Are they back in the zone?
Shivers is looking to the corner. Husker fans want a travel call. Here's Mika Bradford from downtown again. This guy is on fire.
His bag is fully open. He is going in, and he is getting anything and everything out of there.
5 for 7 from deep, 24 points.
Again, coming from Valpo, he's not scared of a team like Nebraska. Some of these mid-major schools come in here.
And a big three-pointer from Thorir Thorn-Yarnison makes this just a 5-point game with 12:35 to go in the first half. Not sure what the foul was.
I think we have another flopping call.
Really?
Yeah. We've got another flopping call. Can we see the replay?
I didn't even see who did it.
It was off the ball, Dustin. So let's look and see exactly.
Cavas's free throw is good. So now it's down to a 4-point game. Take a look at this again. Skylar Bags will inbound this one for Southern. Here's Bradford with the basketball.
Big Red coming to life in the arena. Let's see if the sixth man can.
Here's Bradford on the drive, back outside. Lee crosses up, Thorir Thorn-Yarnison, but the shot is no good. Nice defense from Thorn-Yarnison. Samari Curtis to the corner. Back outside for Green. Drives to the free throw line. Thorn-Yarnison for three again, and he hit it. Thorir Thorn-Yarnison from downtown, and the Huskers are within one with 12:05 to go in the ball game. 26 points, 9 for 12 from the field, 5 of 7 from downtown. And he's also perfect from the free throw line. This crowd is rocking here at the Pinnacle Bank Arena.
It'd be interesting to find out what Mika Bradford's career high is, because he might go for it today.
And Sadler gets it to fall for 2.
That is a tough bucket right there, Dustin. A long layup going across the lane. You got to float it up high off the glass, over outstretched arms. Tough bucket.
Kevin Cross back into the game for the Huskers as he drives a baseline and puts it in for 2.
Now, if you look over at the coaching staff, they were asking for a flop right there.
Sadler, top of the key. Curtis is going to pick him up. 14 on the shot clock, hands it off. Bradford back to Sadler. He'll now drive, swing it back out, Shivers.
Great job by Gervais Green right there, staying tight.
Nice defense from Thor. Shivers puts up a contested shot. It's up no good. Rebound goes to Green. And the Huskers are running in transition. Gervais Green trying to go coast to coast to the rim. Foul called. He'll go to the line for 2.
That's just a great job by the Huskers defensively, sticking to their game plan and packing it in. And as you can see, when they're packing it in, it's tough for the Southern Jags to get in the lane, paint touches.
61-60. We'll be right back here on BTN Student U. You should at least make 70% of your free throws, I would imagine, from the line, and they're shooting just 47%. So, I mean, you get some of those free throws back, and you have yourself, a 2-possession lead at least.
Correct. And that's the telltale. Usually I like to say free throws, turnovers, and rebounds. If you can win all 3 of those, when I was coaching, we used to call them the wars. If you can win all 3 of those wars, you're usually going to come out on the winning end. So right now, Huskers struggling in 2, rebounding and free throws. So
second free throw is good. 1 for 2 on the free throws for Gervais Green. Now ties the game up at 61 apiece. Sadler has it top of the key. Bounce pass to Darius Williams. Back to Sadler as they swing it to the corner.
If the Huskers are able to get a stop right here, that's 3 in a row with this unit.
And just as they get the stop, it's a turnover. Thornjarnison fouls. Tough break for the Huskers there.
And right there, Mate Cavazos just got to give the ball up. You don't have to dribble that many times. You had a guy up ahead of you. Again, just like in the second half, pitch it off to him, and then you're probably going to get it back on the 2-on-1, 3-on-2.
Sadler with the basketball. Curtis picking him up. Sadler dribbling to the baseline.
They're just trying to spread the Huskers out. They're just trying to spread them out. Mate Cavazos got to sink down a little more.
Bradford with 2, with 1. Throws up a shot, and it is up and no good. Offensive rebound goes to the Jaguars.
Dustin, if he hit that, I was going to leave. I was done. You had a show by yourself.
He is, as you said before, in his bag tonight.
Yes.
Bradford dribbling to his left, loses the handle. Thornjarnison comes up with the basketball. Kavas to Thornjarnison, swinging it over to the corner. Kevin Cross thought about pulling up from downtown. Here's Thornjarnison on the drive. Kevin Cross for 3, no good.
Kevin Cross just hasn't been able to get good looks at the rim tonight.
Here's Bradford for 3, up no good. And the rebound goes to Curtis. Huskers with the advantage. Curtis to the rim, no good, but a charging foul called on Samari Curtis. Sadler took the charge. Take a look at this one again.
He's there, Dustin.
Yep.
Good call. It's a good call and a great play by Sadler.
I mean, you've stressed that quite a bit too. Cam Mack had a play earlier where you just set up and you take the charge.
Exactly.
Good things happen for you.
Exactly, and you're totally correct. He did. He had the same similar situation on a break where he had the opportunity to take a charge, and he didn't. But you see Sadler takes the charge, they get the ball back.
Here's Sadler with the basketball. Driving baseline. Finding Williams at the high post, loses the handle, but a foul is called on the floor. Take a look at this one again. Here's Williams on the drive. Thornjarnison picks up the foul.
It's always hard not to call that foul when a player is slapping down at the ball. Refs sometimes just call what they think they see. You see somebody slapping down at it, more than likely they'll call the foul.
Blake crosses up. Thornjarnison swings it back outside. From the elbow, Sadler's shot will not fall.
Got to attack here.
Green.
It's a good take by Gervais.
Fouled will go to the line here for 2 shots. 8:26 to go in the ball game, 61-61. Fourth foul on Mika Bradford. We have to keep a close eye on that as he's going to have to check out of the game. He's basically been the offense in the second half.
He has, and this is a crucial time for him to get out the game, under 10 minutes. I wouldn't expect him back probably till maybe the next media, maybe under 4, because it's almost too big of a risk to just bring him back, because if I'm Nebraska and I know he has 4 fouls, I'm going right at him on the offensive end.
Green misses his second free throw. 62-61, Huskers lead now.
Again, the Huskers have to stay tight right now.
And a foul call on Gervais Green. It almost looked like Sadler tripped himself up, but he's going to get the call.
And I think the same thing, Dustin. I'm in agreement with you right there. Let's watch it.
I mean, that's tough. That's tough. Husker fans did not like that on the replay.
They did not. But if you're a Husker player, you just got to move on to the next play.
Sadler to Blake. Blake, pull-up jumper for the lead is no good. Williams fighting hard for the rebound. He's going to be called for a foul on Cheatham. Cheatham with a smile on his face after that call. 7:58 to go in the ballgame, 62-61. We have a good one here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, and we'll be right back here on BTN Student U.
Basketball and an even better player when he was at Kentucky. I got a chance to watch him, and he was a bucket getter. He was a really good college player, and like I mentioned before, was on that Final Four team for Kentucky.
At the free throw line for the Huskers, Neb Cheatham. And the one-on-one free throw is no good. Bradford back on the floor, by the way. He has 4 fouls, but he's Southern's leading scorer. Oh, man, he beat Cheatham on the cut to the rim.
You saw it as well. That was a great draw up by Coach. I'm sure he drew that up.
Williams. Back out to Blake. Blake working on Thorngarnison. Here's Williams. Back to the baseline. Blake's jumper is good, and the Jaguars have the lead again.
Again, it's going to come down to who's going to get stops, Dustin. Like I said earlier, the first team that can string together some stops here, which Nebraska did for a quick second.
And Kevin Cross working down low.
But they were down at that point. So right now is where either one of these teams needs to get stops.
Here's Blake. Hands it off. Bradford dribbling to his left. Back to Williams. Has a three-point look. Decides to drive on Kevin Cross, and he gets the right hand to fall.
Wow. What a great move by Williams right there. I mean, he's a big dude, 6'9", but looked very agile right there.
Mack finding Cross down low on the low block, getting double team, hands it off. Cheatham to the rim, lays it in for 2. Nebraska back on top. Blake, floater, will not fall. Quick possession there for the Jaguars.
But again, that's a layup look, Dustin. If you're a Husker in defense, you have to get back in transition defense. Like right now, guys should be turning around, looking to see where the ball is, looking to see where their man is, loading to the ball. And loading to the ball is when you get to the side or you get into your help position and that guy who has the ball sees nothing but red,
Shivers
nothing but help.
For 3 is up, no good. Rebound goes to Cheatham. Mack top of the key. He will drive on Blake. Layup's good. And the Huskers are on a roll. 70-65, 5:30. Both teams back out on the floor. Burns will inbound this one for the Jaguars.
See what Coach Woods drew up coming out of this timeout. He had a pretty good one last time.
Shivers. Guarded by Thorngarnison. Here's Sadler in the corner. Dribbles to his left off the screen, now to the top of the key. He has a mismatch on Kevin Cross. 3 on the shot clock. Shivers on the drive. It's blocked away. Second effort shot will not fall. Offensive rebound goes to Williams, and that's tipped in for 2.
I don't know how much more I can emphasize that all 5 guys have to crash the boards for the Huskers. Right there, 2 guys down there.
Connors for 3. It's no good. That one looked good off of his hands. Shivers swinging around. Bradford, 3-pointer on the way, and this game is tied up at 70.
We've mentioned that he's on fire, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Do the Huskers know that?
Mack on the drive shot will not fall. Bradford comes down with the rebound. Here's Williams to the rim. Gets it blocked away. Offensive rebound. Burns is good. And the Jaguars have the lead with 4 minutes to go.
Transition defense, Dustin. Transition defense. I said it a few possessions ago. These guys are not getting back in transition defense, not stopping the ball early, and they're getting easy looks at the basket, Southern is. So
Coach Fred Hoiberg.
A little later, but put him back in a little earlier. It's paid off so far. He's hit the big three to take the lead. And, I'm looking to try and ISO him, get him on a switch, and go at him so I can get him out the game, Dustin, because the longer he's in, it's not good for the Huskers.
Mack on the drive. And a foul is called on the play. He will go to the line for 2. Sadler's shaken up on the play as he gets up limping on that right foot. Seems to be okay. And Mack to the line for 2. Mack on the night, 11 points on 5 of 9 shooting. Has 5 assists, 1 steal. He's only turned the ball over twice.
Yeah, he does a great job of taking care of the basketball. If I'm Nebraska right now, Southern has 9 team fouls. I'm going to continue to try and get downhill and attack the rim and try and draw fouls.
Second free throw is good, 2 for 2. In the last game we called against Southern Utah, he missed 2 clutch free throws at the end of the game. Southern Utah ended up winning that game in double overtime. Able to sink 2 here to tie the game. Sadler, nice feed to Williams down low, and nobody around him as he puts it in for 2 on the low block.
Tell you what, the Cal Bakerfield transfer is looking very good when he's getting to the rim.
Cam Mack drives into the lane, makes his shot, and will go to the line for 1 more. Look at this one again. Kuljevic picking up the foul.
But again, Dustin, you can't just trade baskets. You can't just trade baskets. And referencing back to the Southern Utah game, this is exactly kind of the feel it had, going into the last few minutes of the game. So we may be looking at another overtime game.
Cam Mack will go to the line here for 1 more. And the free throw shot is good. Nebraska back on top.
That's a toughness play right there to make the free throw off the and one. Those are toughness plays.
Here's Sadler on the drive, lose control of the basketball. Gervais Green comes up with a steal. Gervais Green trying to go coast to coast, and they'll put it in for 2.
You saw right there, Bradford was there in position to try and make a stop, but he couldn't because he's got the 4 fouls.
Bradford has been the man of the hour for the Jaguars. He will drive, layup, up, no good, off the glass. Thorn Yarnison coming down with the basketball. And a near steal, Thorn Yarnison tips it to Cam Mack as they get it across half court. Gervais Green, spin move. And the travel called.
That's just doing too much at that point, Dustin. You just got a big-time stop. You got lucky that you didn't turn it back over. It's not that many minutes left in the game. Just settle in once you get into half court. You don't have to rush anything.
Bradford on the drive, lays it in for 2. 31 points for Mika Bradford.
I'm telling you, he's probably going to have his career high tonight. He will remember this game for a long time.
Kevin Cross down low. Nice feed from Cam Mack. Huskers up on top by 3. Sadler, top of the key.
The Huskers need to stay tight. Stay tight, stay compact.
Here's Bradford. Gervais Green guarding him. Sadler, bounce pass to the free throw line. Williams turns around, shot will not fall, but the offensive rebound by Burns, and he puts it in for 2.
What were we talking about just a second ago, Dustin? What'd you tell me? The rebounds.
Another offensive board. Make that 19 offensive rebounds for the Jaguars tonight. Mack loses the handle. We don't see that very often from him. Turnover for the Huskers. Shivers to Sadler. Sadler back outside. Bradford, a wide open three-pointer, and now we don't see that one very often as he misses the wide open three-point look with 1:15 to play.
That could have been a big-time dagger had he hit that. I mean, he hits that. Coach Hoiberg's probably calling timeout, and the momentum is on Southern's side.
Here's Mack. Driving. Shot will not fall off the front of the rim. 1 minute to go in the ballgame. Bradford driving, trying to find Williams down low, tipped away by Thornton Yarnison, and it'll go out of bounds and will stay with the Jaguars.
So Southern only has one timeout left, it looks like. So he's probably not going to use that until definitely later on in this, under this minute.
Sadler, top of the key. They're going to let some clock run here.
Who do you think's going to shoot it here, Dustin?
If I had to take a guess, it'd have to be Bradford. Sadler feeding it down low. Williams puts it in for two, and the Jaguars have the lead 80-79 with 33 seconds to go in the ballgame.
I mean,
a Nebraska team that looked a lot better in their last time out against South Dakota State. We'll see if they can get a shot to fall here. 3 seconds separate the shot and game clock.
They've got Williams out here on Mack. Switch back now.
Here's Cross. Nearly gets it stripped away by Burns. Nice cut. Down low. Gervais Green fouled. He'll go to the line for two.
Tell you what, Dustin, Huskers got lucky on that possession. Very lucky. For one.
Look at that cut by Gervais Green.
Great cut. He kind of bailed Kevin Cross out right there. If he doesn't move, if he doesn't cut, Kevin Cross may turn it over. It's like it looked like he was about to do.
Well, the game on the line. Nebraska going to the free throw line for two shots. Gervais Green, 3 of 5 from the free throw line.
We know the story tonight, Dustin. We know the story. Let's see if the story continues.
And the first free throw is no good.
And it does. It does.
So what do you do here now? I mean, do you purposely miss a free throw and get it? I mean, I guess it'd tie the game at 80, so you wouldn't do that actually. Never mind. I thought it was a 2-point game there for a second. So scratch what I was going to say.
I like the thought. I like the thought pattern, though.
Second free throw coming up, and it's good. 1 for 2 on the free throws. Bradford with the basketball.
No fouls to give. I think 13. He's going to take the timeout. Yep.
So a timeout. Southern on this one for the Jaguars. This place has erupted.
Bradford's probably going to come off a pin down right here.
Bradford with the basketball.
Into the ball screen. He's going to flip it.
Down to 6. Down to 5. Mika Bradford on the drive. Puts up a floater. Will not fall. Ball tipped out of bounds by Thornton Yarnison. I think that's a good call. They might go to the replay here with 2 seconds to go. It looked like Thornton Yarnison knocked it out of the hands of Williams. Sean Woods is not happy with his players right now.
Udrago has to be very active right here, have high hands, because they might just lob it up to Williams.
They get it in the corner. Blake puts up a shot at the buzzer, and it's no good, and we are heading to overtime at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Woo! Welcome back to Pinnacle Bank Arena. If you're just joining us, we are heading to overtime, and what a game it has been for Southern. Mika Bradford, 31 points. Cavas hits his 1,000th career point. This game has just been all sorts of excitement.
It has been, and as you can see, we're back in overtime, Dustin. So
this is our element.
Right.
And Wade Drago is going to win the tip. He lost it to begin the game, wins it here. Again, Mika Bradford playing with 4 fouls, though.
You have to go at Mika Bradford immediately. You have to.
Wade Drago on the drive, and he puts it in for 2.
It's a big-time move right there by Drago. Hasn't played a whole bunch. I'm not sure how much he actually played in the second half, but it wasn't a lot at all. He's been on that bench for a minute.
Burns puts it in over Thornjarnison for 2. And the game is tied up at 82 apiece. 5-minute overtimes. Cam Mack has it time for the key. Mack dribbles to his right off the screen. Beats Blake to the rim. Shot will not fall, but there's a foul called. And Mack will go to the line for 2.
Dustin, the change of direction that he has. You see that? That is hard to do right there.
And we talk about him a lot, but he deserves it, man. He is something special at the point guard position.
He does. He has a chance to be very good, Dustin, but he's got to do the right things.
And Mack's free throw is no good.
And that's one of the things that he has to do. He as a point guard, particularly as a point guard, you have to be a good free throw shooter. Guards are always on the line at the end of the game.
Second free throw here for Cam Mack is no good. 0 for 2 on the free throws, and a little deja vu. Cam Mack missed a couple free throws in that loss to Southern Utah late in the ball game. Here's Bradford, guarded tightly by Gervais Green.
They've got him spread out, Dustin, and they're just going to look to try and get downhill.
And that ball's going to be tipped out of bounds by Cheatham. Will stay with the Jaguars with 11 on the shot clock. Shivers will inbound this one. Bradford.
Low shot clock.
Bradford with 5. He'll drive on Green. Shot blocked. Blocked away by Wadrago. Goes out of bounds, and it's Husker basketball. Wadrago is pumped up after that one.
Great help over by Wadrago. They needed that stop.
Thornjarnison hands it off to Mack.
Ivan Wadrago may be the Husker savior in this overtime.
Green, pump fakes, now drives baseline, feeds it. Wadrago slams it home with 2 hands, and the Huskers are back on top. It's 84-82.
He may be their savior. That's 2 buckets and a big-time block.
Here's Bradford from the elbow, hands it off to Blake. 3 minutes to go in the ballgame. Blake crosses over Mack, drives to the rim, loses the handle, goes out of bounds, will stay with the Jaguars. Shot clock down to 13.
No fouls right here if you're Nebraska.
Blake. So Bradford here, top of the key. 6 on the shot clock. He's getting double team, hands it off to Williams. Here's a corner. 3-pointer is up, and he missed all of it. Hairballed it. Thornjarnison. And it's going to be a shot clock violation. Good call there by the referee. As that ball did not touch the rim. So Dustin, it will be Husker basketball.
Is it just me, or is the ball slippery for the Huskers when they're rebounded? I feel like
sure seems like it.
Every time they get a two-handed rebound, it's still, Southern's either getting a hand on it or it's just slipping out of the Huskers' hands. And, credit Southern for getting hands on those balls because, hey, like I said earlier, they're a tough, scrappy team, one of the hardest that the Huskers have seen thus far.
Nebraska really isn't losing the defensive rebound category. They're only being out-rebounded by 5 there, but it's the offensive rebounds that have killed them tonight as Gervais Green pulls up for 3, and it's good! Gervais Green from downtown, and the Huskers lead by 5.
Gervais sitting down on defense. I've said it before, he could be one of the best defenders in the nation.
Bradford kicks it back out. Shivers with the basketball. 2 minutes to go in the ballgame. It's a 5-point lead. Wow! This place is erupted here at Pinnacle Bank Arena as Cheatham draws the charge. Nebraska basketball with 2 minutes to play. Take a look at this one again.
That's 2 big-time stops. 2 big-time stops for the Huskers right there. Now here's what the Huskers have to do on offense. You don't want a quick shot. You want to take some time off the shot clock, and you want to move the ball. And you certainly don't want to turn it over. Take care of it.
Mack to Cheatham.
Reward the big man. He's been working.
Wade Drago on the drive. Loses the handle, gets fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Reward the big man. He's been working. He's been the reason why the Huskers are up in this overtime.
Wade Drago getting to the rim on the mismatch.
Yep.
And all you can do right there is really foul.
That's all you can do. 20 had to try and do something. It's smart, considering.
Wade Drago's first free throw's good, and the best free throw shooter on this Husker basketball team makes the first one.
The best one. I was about to say, Dustin, that he's a big. That's who you want to send to the line, but he is. He's essentially the Huskers' best free throw shooter.
And the second free throw is good. 2 for 2 on the free throws.
I know if the Huskers win, I know who that game ball is going to. Ivan Udrago.
Lee from outside, a deep three-pointer. Rattles in and out. Ball on the floor. Cheatham comes up with it. And it seems like things are falling apart for the Jaguars in overtime.
Again, don't need a quick basket right here. Don't need a quick basket. Just handle pressure.
Oh, no. Cam Mack crosses up Lee. He now drives. Corner, three-pointer. Gervais Green right between the eyes from downtown. And the Huskers lead by 10. Burns on the drive. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound coming down with the basketball. Williams puts it in for 2. Timeout on the floor.
Wow. What? Over yet.
Well, and don't forget that Southern also has Mika Bradford.
Right.
Huskers with the basketball. Thornton Yarnison is going to take the foul call, and Bradford fouls out. Oh, no. That is not what you wanted if you were Southern. He's going to foul out of the game, and Thornton Yarnison will go to the line here for 2 free throws. What a game, though.
What a game. What a game. Like I said earlier, he's going to remember this game for the rest of his life. I'm going to bet you that this is his career high. And, I mean, you can't be mad. It was a hard-fought game. He did everything he could, Dustin. And sometimes you just do. You come up short. But, I mean.
And the first free throw is good from Thornton Yarnison.
Great effort by number 13, Mika Bradford.
Second free throw is no good. So 1 for 2 on the free throws. 9-point game. Sadler, you got to take a quick shot here, down 9. Burns on the drive, loses the handle, goes out of bounds, and it will stay with the Jaguars.
If I'm the Huskers, I'm not fouling right here. If they foul, that's a 1-and-1.
Brooks inbounding this one to the corner. Lee has it. Lee loses the handle, gets it back, swings it to the corner. Floater is up, no good. Offensive rebound goes to Williams. And a wide open look and a slam down by Burns. It's a 7-point game. Here's Gervais Green putting it up with one hand, and it's blocked away by Shivers. Mack gets it back.
Looked like that was a foul right there, Dustin. I'm not sure why the referee didn't call it. I mean, I get it's the end of the game, but.
And it looks like Cam Mack is going to dribble this one out. Sean Woods calls off the Dogs, and the Huskers somehow escape this game with a victory, 93-86 in overtime.
By the skins of their teeth, I tell you. And again, like I said, Ivan Udrago, he deserves the game ball. He came